Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Another bomber we're going to do today. This is Rogue's Double Chocolate Stout. I've had a bunch of my subscribers ask me if I've had this, and I told them no. I have done the chocolate stout, the Rogue Chocolate Stout, but this is the double, the one in the red 22-ounce bomber. Uh, the only downfall of this, which is not a big deal, because this is a 9% alcohol imperial stout. uh, I would like to see a year on this from them, but I don't think they're, and Rogue is big enough to put some kind of dating on their stuff. They just choose not to. I don't know if they do their little 12-ounce bottles or not, but this one here does not have any kind of dating, so I do not know what year it is. I'm just hoping that it is this year's edition, but like I said, at that big of an ABV, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not like you're getting an IPA that's been sitting on the shelf for 6, 8 months or a year, where the hops are all faded. This style of beer will not go bad. I mean, at 9% selling correctly, this beer is going to keep 10 years or more. Uh, they say it has 50 IBUs on this beer, so it should be, it's got the ingredients on the back. Let me read it. 2-row C120 chocolate malt and Rogue Farms Dare and Risk malts. So I don't know what that means. Rogue Farms Rebel hops, rolled oats, roasted barley, honey, chocolate, free-range coastal water, and their Pac-Man yeast. That's what they use as far as the coastal water and the Pac-Man yeast for every beer that they do. The bottle is, as you see, is a painted red outside bottle, and I do not see any dating. Of course, my old tired eyes, I missed the dating on the Dirt Wolf, and I was able to find some locally, and I did buy another 4-pack, and they do have a bottling date on that bottle, but it is written in the smallest writing I've ever seen anybody do on a beer bottle. I mean, the font must be in the negative numbers, it's so small. So I do apologize for not being able to see the dates on the Hop Ranch and the Dirt Wolf. I'm pretty sure they both were on there, but they are written so microscopic that my old eyes can't see it. So hopefully after my surgery I'll be able to see some more of these dates that are there, especially when they write them microscopic. You almost got to have a magnifying glass to read some of those dating on and I think it's an etched dating thing they do on theirs, and not actually written. And with the condensation, it filled that etching up, and I could not see it. Even when I come back for the final chug, I couldn't see it. So I apologize for that. I've got some comments back on that it was there, and I have checked, and they are correct. It is there, but it is microscopic. I mean, I've never seen writing that small on a bottle before. So I think they could do a little bit better job on the size of the bottling date. They write it that small, they don't want you to see it as far as I'm concerned. But let's get back to this beer. I have done the chocolate, or I have had the chocolate before. I've not had this one before. So let's go over to the food pairings for this beer. The food pairings, the cheeses are buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, and since it is a stout, it goes well with the chocolate dishes. And the meat for this is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat as usual. Glass is a pint, Becker, the non-ink tumbler, the snifter, oversized wine glass. I've got the double glass again today. And this beer, like I said, can be cellared for many, many years. So if you do get one of these, you might want to write the date on a piece of tape, put it on there so you know when you got it. That doesn't mean it's been put in the bottle that year, but you'll know when you purchased it or you have it. So that's all we need to talk about on that. And I'll give you the commercial description off the back of the bottle. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. I did tell you the IBUs on this one, so without further ado, let's get the cap off of this one and get it in the glass. And at 9%, you reckon we'll get ahead on this one? Let's see what happens. Oh, wow, look at that. 3 fingers of head on that. 9% Imperial Stout. You can see it's got a nice little crown in the center of it coming up above the glass. Awesome pour, Greg. Let me tap myself on the back. That is just as black as night. There is no light coming through that beer. Very impressive. Look at that head. Very creamy, almost a brown chocolate head on that. Wonderful looking in the glass. So let's get a nose on this one. A lot of people don't like the Rogue beers. I kind of do. I mean, I do like what they do. There are some that I do not like, but for the most part, I do like what Rogue does. Let's get a nose on it. Wow. That is chocolate on top of chocolate on top of chocolate. I mean, you could put some ice cream in this glass and it would be a whalacious float. I can't think of any other beer that's got this much chocolate smell to it. Basically, that's all I am getting is chocolate. That's like a chocolate candy bar in a glass, as far as the nose. Double chocolate. I can see why they call it double chocolate, not just because of the ABV, because of the aroma. If I was blindfolded, I would say you got a candy bar stuck up my nose. Slight hint of the alcohol, not much at all. Wow. I'm not getting anything but chocolate. I'm not getting, there's some roasted malt in there, of course, but I'm not getting anything other than the chocolate and the roasted malt. Wow, and I got a feeling that's just going to intensify as it warms up. So let's give it a taste and see what we got. Cheers, everybody, and it's already leaving a wonderful lacing on the glass. We're down to about a finger and a half of head now. Looks good in the glass. Cheers, everybody. Cocoa, chocolate, roasted malt. Slight metallic taste there, but I got a feeling that will go away as it warms up. Bittersweet chocolate on the back end. Nice bittering effect on this to balance out the sweetness. If you know somebody that doesn't like the taste of beer, maybe your wife or someone that doesn't like the taste, but they do like chocolate, they probably would like this beer. But it's not super sweet milk chocolate. There is some bitter, more like bittersweet baker's chocolate. But there is enough sweetness there to balance it out. Look at the lacing on the glass. Wow. This is pretty damn tasty. No bourbon barrel or no rum barrel or no whiskey barrel on this one. This is straight up and down chocolate. Wow. Just like I said, a slight hint of the metallic, but I think that's going to go away. And a lot of times with the bittersweet chocolate, you get that metallic taste a little bit. So let's let it warm up and see where we end up on this one. I'll be right back and do the final chug, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little bit left here. Been sipping on this probably about 45 minutes or so. Very nice. More of a bittersweet chocolate than a milk chocolate. Not super sweet. The alcohol is there just a little bit with 9%. And I had one of my subscribers say something, make a comment about it being different or better than their Voodoo series. Yes, much, much better than the Voodoo series. As far as I'm concerned, the Voodoo series with the pink bottles were garbage. They sucked. I would not buy another pink bottle or a Voodoo series beer. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. Some people like the maple bacon version of that. I didn't. I thought it was okay, and the other one was horrible. I mean, I think, in my personal opinion, they ought to spend more time, instead of painting the bottles different colors, putting dates on the bottles. At least on something like this, put the year on the bottle so we'll know when it was put in the bottle. So, you know, we'll know how long to cellar it, or when it was put in the bottle. That's just my opinion now, guys. Rogue is a fairly big operation, and they can afford to do that. They can afford to put a year on these bottles to let you know when it was put in the bottle. And on their other beers, they may date them. I'm not sure. I haven't bought a lot of Rogue beers here lately. I don't know if they date their other bottles, the little 12-ounce bottles, or not. But that's more important to me than painting a bottle a fancy pink or a red color. Just my opinion. So let's do the final chug on this one. I did like this one, though. Nice, bittersweet baker's chocolate, in my opinion. Almost like a candy bar in a glass in the aroma. Very sweet. Almost to like a chick level beer. That's what I call it. A lot of ladies that don't like beer, that drink wine and don't like the taste of beer, they may like the taste of this because it's got so much chocolate involved in it. And as far as being compared to like Southern Tier's chocolate beer, I'd have to go back and look at that review to see how close compare it is, but it's pretty tasty. I mean, it's definitely worth picking up if you like a chocolate imperial stout. This has definitely got a lot of chocolate in it, but it's not a milk chocolate, like I said. It's more of a bittersweet chocolate to me. Final chug. Wow, pretty nice, pretty delicious. Nothing like a macro lager beer. I mean, if you're used to drinking Bud, Miller, Coors, you're probably going to hate this beer. It's very different. It's not got any kind of bourbon or whiskey or rum or any kind of barrel aging process in there. It's just basically chocolate on top of chocolate. That's what the name says, double chocolate. It is a chocolate type beer. I don't know if they use natural flavorings or artificial flavorings, but it is a chocolate beer. Guys, it's a very tasty beer. It is an A beer as far as I'm concerned, much better than the Voodoo Donut Series beers. I did not like those. I give the Maple Bacon beer a little bit better grade than the other one that I did, but I probably won't buy, or you won't see another pink Pepto-Bismol bottle colored Rogue beer in my fridge. Was not impressed with that version of their beers. So, like I said, I think they could spend more time instead of painting their bottles in these weird red and pink colors and put a date on the bottles. That's more important to me than the fancy colors that they're putting on the bottles. So, just my opinion, guys. If this had a date on it, I would probably go ahead and give it to 10, but it does not, and it's not that critical or important on a imperial stout that's 9%, but I would like to have the year on there, and they don't even take the time to even do that. So I think they need to step up to the plate and at least put the year on it, like a lot of other brewers do, as far as these beers are concerned, and let you know when it was bottled, and that lets you know how long, whether you want to sell it a year or 2 or 3. This beer may be a year or 2 or 3 old already. I have no idea, with no dating put on the bottle. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10, guys. If you had this one, let me some comments back on this. And I did enjoy it, and I think it's an exceptional, outstanding beer, but I think it needs to have a date on it. They need to. They're a big enough brewery where they can put some kind of year dating on this bottle instead of wasting money painting the bottle like they do these bottles. Instead of putting that information on there, they've got all the rest of the information: the IBUs, the ABV, the Plato, and yada yada yada, all this, that, and the other. But they don't put the year on this bottle, and I think they need to. That's just my opinion now. So with that being said, guys, let's go see what everybody else thinks. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and they say 94 in the outstanding range. I agree with that. If I was to put a numeric rating on this beer, I would say somewhere between a 96 and a 98. That would be what I would put on it as far as a number and the grading. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer is a little more generous. They say 100 overall and 95 in the style. I think it's somewhere in between that. So that's where I'm going to leave it. If you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. I did like it. I think they already give us a year on this bottle. That's the only derogatory thing I can say about this. The metallic taste went away as it warmed up. Nice chocolate. I mean, it's like a candy bar in a glass, but it's not milk chocolate. It's not super sweet. It's more of a bittersweet chocolate to me. So that's what I'm going to say about this one. That's where I'm going to leave it, guys. As always, thanks for joining me for Gregsbeerreviews today. Hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's go see what's in the beers tomorrow. Hope you can join me then. See you then.